So let's talk about who were your role models and how you were inspired to get started on the path that has led you to where you are.
I'll jump in on that.
Okay.
My role models are always going to be my parents. They came to Chicago uneducated with nothing and made a great life for themselves and invested in my education and has allowed me to invest in my son's education. And I just know that hard work does pay off. My father was born in 1925 in rural Mississippi under Jim Crow laws, and he came here, dirt and grease underneath his nails, and he succeeded. And he did not take no for an answer. And I've said this a lot. Women don't understand no doesn't mean no forever. We think we get our little feelings hurt. We get very sensitive. Men know we can get to yes. So just try to get to yes. And I think you guys are innovating and working hard. And no just means no right now, but we can get to yes.
I think that's a T-shirt. Does anybody want to do that? We can get to yes. All right. Anyone else want to talk about their role models or who inspired them? Go ahead.
Yeah, I
Amanda.
feel like this is the point where I'm supposed to say, Da Vinci or Mother Teresa and have some like really incredible pat answer. But the truth is, role model, who do I get inspiration from and who do I want to be like? It's people who are interesting and interested and usually have incredible hobbies, because I think like I'm interested in learners, people who learn how to learn. So if you happen to have a great day job and also are like a master at pottery or have some sort of weird hobby, that is what gets me excited, because I'm always curious about the learner. Most of the time as a CEO of a tech company, I don't know what I'm doing. And I have to figure it out. And that's my big advice. It's like regularly I'm out of my comfort zone. And the key thing is, if you can learn how to learn, you will be undaunted with the fact that you don't know the playbook all the time. So I just like people who are curious, who have really neat hobbies and learn how to pick up new skills. That's sort of like my role. Interesting people.
Love it. Do you want to go ahead? Who inspires you and who your role models were?
Yeah, so I've had so many wonderful role models in my career and in my life. It's hard to name them, but what I will say is that it's children who inspire me. And years ago, one of my favorite 7-year-olds said to me, like, it was in the midst of chaos and there was so much going on and in sort of the business, and my head was filled with what was going wrong. And she looked up at me and said, "The hope needs you." And it like came out of nowhere, and it like totally filled my eyes up. And this was Kira, who was like my bestie. Like, we went to the windows together and did everything together, but like always knew what to say and when to say it. And I think that that's what every entrepreneur needs to hear, is that the hope needs you. And that we get so caught up in our day-to-day that we forget sometimes that the solution that we're building, the hope needs. And it was a reminder, and it inspired me. And that I feel like children have a way of telling you just what you need to hear when you need to hear it. Yeah.
They are angels among us. I agree. That's well put. Thank you. Betsy, how about who has inspired you and who were your role models that helped you get to this point in your life?
Yeah, there are so many, and I think that when I think about people, I think about portions of people, or sort of what they bring to table. So I get my inspiration on how to set a strategy and a vision and how to kind of see around every obstacle from the dean at Kellogg, who I just spent 7 years working for, and I get real problem-solving rigor and structure and how to solve ambiguous problems from a partner I worked with at McKinsey. And then I've got a number of friends who are great parents and great friends and have diverse hobbies. And, so I'm pulling from lots of different people to kind of create my role model, right, which is sort of a complex picture or montage of lots of the people I've been lucky enough to interact with over time.
And staying open to meeting new
Of course,
people and
yeah, no, it always
new
gets added
interactions.
to, and as my life story continues to change, there's more people that get added to the mix. Yeah, absolutely.
That's beautiful. Thank you. And Michelle, how about anything you want to share with us about role models?
Immediately comes to mind is the director I worked for in my second job out of graduate school, and what he showed me that has been absolutely instrumental in helping get me through lots of different challenges is that he showed me that everyone else may be doing it the same way, and it's okay for you to do it a different way. So we were putting together an experiment that was really out of the box, didn't seem like it was going to fly, seemed it was too simple, seemed like it was not going to be welcome. And he taught me to just say, if you know that you're sticking to the right principles and you know that you can see a pathway to success, then don't worry about if it doesn't look like everyone else's. Don't worry about the fact that it might be really different than what you thought the solution was going to look like. And I've really carried that with me all along, which is it seems like there's a prescription and your solution doesn't have to follow that.